Hi everyone. Um, I'm gonna carry on where I left off in my last video, okay? Like I told you, I'm gonna carry on doing videos, keep you up to date because I believe we are heading towards we are heading. This is no story or anything. I know that when the days go by, people go out in their personal lives and it looks. I know, believe me, it happens to me. Okay. I also ask myself, ¿no? Yo también me digo, ¿esto de verdad va a pasar? ¿Sabes? Si la vida parece normal, ¿no? The life continues like to be the same, ¿no? You don't see no changes. One goes to holiday, one... But listen, that's that's why Jesus says he's going to come like a thief at night, okay? And I will explain and I will show you why I believe in the next maybe 10 years, 15 years, we're gonna head to this end, I think. Okay, and I'm gonna show you why. Okay, there's a very particular prophecy in the book of Revelation that you can't just get around it. Whatever you think, whatever you believe, you just can't get around it because it's actually happening and it's nearly getting there. Nearly. So, listen, I'll take you there. Let's have a look. Okay, let's have a look. So I'm gonna carry on where I left my last video because, like I told you, if I left anything else, I was gonna check it. So keep you up to date with the news in China, what's going on with it. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, because I know many people. I tell many people, but like, look what's happening here, and they're lost. No, oh, I didn't know that. How don't you know that? So listen, I'm just gonna do a bit in the beginning of what I left off, okay, in the last video, and it's Bob Lazar. Remember explaining something about the UFOs and his story, and why I said beryllium and the color of beryl in Ezekiel, okay? So let's have a look. Remember, from every myth, there's something, okay? You find it in many caves around the world, depictions of people like looking up with spots like coming down, no? What are they, I know. And listen, I'm not a UFO believer. I believe in the Bible now. So everything that I thought that those could be UFOs or aliens, I know that it's something to do with angels and something to do with the Bible. So let's go with Bob Lazar. Remember this. It's just a recap.
Too long ago, and I
Just
can't
a
quite
recap.
remember what was said, but
Okay.
it just left a seed in my mind. I think at least one of them was part of an archaeological dig. So it's old. At least one of them is old. I don't know if it was the one I worked on, but I remember something to do with an archaeological dig.
Whoa.
So that means it's not just old, it's ancient.
That'd be a great Steven Spielberg movie.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, that one. Just a recap, okay? So we know what we're talking about. This man in Area 51 said he was working in reverse engineering, yes? To strip down the UFOs. They say, you know the story. But the one that got me attention is when he said that one of them wasn't not only old but ancient archaeological find, And I've always asked myself, how did the angels get here, fallen ones or whatever? But something about this Bob Lazar is that everybody knows the story, He must have known in his 30 years with the same story, and he's never changed it. And 30 years ago, he said something about element 115 that didn't even exist. But that they found it not long ago. So he wasn't that crazy, See? It's even in the History Channel now. The new element. Look.
Researchers confirm the existence of a new element on the periodic table, created through nuclear fusion.
Exactly what he said.
They name it Unpentium, or element 115.
He said it 30 years ago.
Scientists still don't know much about this unique radioactive component.
Sorry. That he said that's what como the petrol of that flame disk. So there were they were saying that this one is crazy, you know, that element doesn't even exist, but look.
It shares commonalities with plutonium, used in experimental rocket fuels.
Element 115 has its own lore in the UFO history. So this was said to be an element described by a gentleman named Bob Lazar, who claimed to have worked just south of Area 51 on an ET flying saucer.
The government is holding 9 alien spacecraft that are propelled by a modified gravity generator. Work is being conducted 15 miles south of Groom Lake at that isolated area only, designated as S4. That at least one of those crafts operate.
According to what Lazar said, these alien craft ran on element 115. And there's no evidence that we have this even occurring naturally anywhere on Earth. Well, it turns out that scientists now claim to have created element 115 by atomic collisions.
See what I mean? So
The language of the U.S. Department
you
of
might have
Defense,
seen all
these
this
are
in the news
unidentified
lately,
aerial
you know,
phenomena.
but what are they? You know,
Videos
like
which
this
have-
one. You see, this one. You see like it's like a round thing here, and it looks like another one like going through the middle, right? Like a kaleidoscope thing style. No, and the way they maneuver.
The belief of some that we are not
See?
alone.
A wheel there and a wheel. Sorry. Wow, this adds.
Alone. The first incident was
So-
filmed off the California coast in 2004, an oval shape hovering. And in the
So you've seen it in the news and everywhere, you know, and now it's coming out. Pentagon is releasing. Listen, I'm surely they are not releasing the one they're supposed to release. The shadowy ones. We always see shadows or lights. We never see an actual craft that is not made. So, listen. Let's go back to Ezekiel. Okay. Remember I showed you there. See? Color of beryl. Okay, the living creatures, behold, the wheel was on the earth beside each living creature with its 4 faces. The appearance of the wheels and their workings was like the color of beryl, and all 4 had the same likeness. The appearance of the working was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel. When they moved, they went toward any of 4 directions. They did not turn aside when they went. As for their rims, they were so high they were awesome, and their rims were full of eyes, all around the 4 of them. See, that's why I showed you the picture of the UFO. Listen, the color of beryl, okay? The workings was like their workings, it's saying, you know? Of the appearance of the wheels and their workings was like the color of beryl. What does it mean? And their workings. So we go here in beryl. Okay, this is beryl. Okay? This is beryl. Okay? Beryl is a mineral composed by beryllium, aluminium, silicate with a chemical formula Be something A1, you know, that's scientific words. Well-known varieties of beryl include emerald and aquamarine. Natural occurring hexagonal crystals of beryl can be up to several meters in size, but terminated crystals are relative. So beryl is a mineral composed of beryllium and aluminium. So we come here, beryllium. See? Beryllium is a chemical element with the symbol Be and atomic number 4. It is a steel grey. You know what I mean? It is a steel grey, strong, lightweight and brittle alkaline earth metal. It is a divalent element that occurs naturally only combination with other elements to form minerals. See? This one here. So, you know, what? So, beryl. strange. It's, that's why I've been with that color, and the workings was like beryl, and beryl is beryllium, steel gray, strong, lightweight, and brittle, alkaline, and earth metal. So what did he see in those creatures? He says that creatures were on top of it. My thing is that maybe he was seeing the creatures that was taking the throne of God. Okay, put it like that. But maybe what if all angels, or the ones who does the workings through the earth or whatever, because he says that he saw one through the earth and going up in Ezekiel, those angels that, maybe they all have the same way of reaching earth, maybe the fallen angels came down with that, and when the flood came, and one of them was underwater and they found it ancient discovery, like Bob Lazar said, I'm trying to put those things together. Could actually be, I'm just saying, so, well, I can tell you something. In Ephesians 6:11-16, okay, I'll show you here. It says, put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the vials of the devil. Now, the vials is another word for schemings, like the schemings, lo que está preparando el devil, okay, workings. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, against carne, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this age, against spiritual hosts of wickedness in the heavenly places. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this age, and against spiritual hosts of wickedness in heavenly places. ¿Sabe? Listen, how many people believe in UFOs, aliens? Remember, just imagine Satan, as clever as he is, he can orchestrate an alien invasion. De cuánta gente saldrían en el mundo. You see how the story of Jesus isn't true. We knew there were aliens and life in other. Imagine. There's a passage in the Bible that God says that for that God will send them a great delusion, so that they can believe what they want to believe, the lie. So just be careful, because it's Satan, it's angels in disguise. And many of them are locked up. But not Satan, because Satan is the prince of the air, the god of this world, like the Bible says. Now I want to show you something. Take it to Ezekiel, down here, in the same page, okay? Where he says, the color of beryl and the living creatures, okay? You go down here. This is what he's seeing on top of the creatures, the firmament above the heads, and when you come here, it says, like the appearance of a rainbow in a cloud on a rainy day, so was the appearance of the brightness all around it. See? Like the appearance of a rainbow in a cloud. A rainbow in a cloud on a rainy day. I'm going to show you a video of 3 or 4 days ago in China. Maybe you've seen it because it's gone viral. See? Look at that. See? Looks like a rainbow in a cloud on a rainy day. See? I'm not saying that's the creature of Ezekiel, but what principalities? Because there are many kinds of angels. There are angels of principalities around. These are the angels that does all the workings around all the thing that we don't see. So what is this cloud? Are they kind of creatures? Are kind of, let's have a look.
A multicolored scarf cloud, or Pilius, was spotted above a city in southern China. The incredible video was filmed in the city of Haikou in Hainan province on August 21st. The Pilius cloud formations are created when the air surrounding a cumuliform tower is rising so quickly that it condenses into a smooth umbrella or hood-like shape once it hits its dew point.
There's always a scientific
As such, they are
answer
usually
for
indicators
all
of
this.
severe weather.
The heat is climate
Pilius found
change,
atop a
the other is
cumulus
this.
cloud often foreshadows transformation into a cumulonimbus cloud, as it indicates a strong updraft within the cloud. Occasionally, bright iridescent colors are seen because diffracting droplets
Really
are small
nice.
and similar in size.
I've never seen nothing like that. So, that's strange, huh? It's really strange. So, it's a bit slippery, I don't want it to fall. Right. So, listen. Why did I say that at the beginning? Because I think in 15 years like that. Okay? This is why. Okay? This is why. Now, look at this. Okay? These are the 7 bowls. Okay? Of Revelation. Just want you to see it well. See? The 7 bowls of Revelation. These are the 7 trumpets. Okay, this is the 5th trumpet, 6th trumpet. These are the trumpets. And these are the seals. Okay, 7 seals. Okay, and the 7 seals is when the trumpet starts. Okay. So, if we come here, okay, the 6th trumpet. Okay, remember what I showed you the other day about the trumpets? No, the first trumpet it's maybe about to sound with that fire and the trees everywhere. I'll show you again, okay? So we have the first trumpet. Remember, the first angel sounded, and hail and fire followed, mingled with blood, and they were thrown to the earth, and a third of the trees were burnt up, and all the grass. The second, something like a great mountain. Remember in the video, okay? So it could be a missile from Russia, because it said a third of the living creatures in the sea died, and a third of the ships were destroyed, but no people. You know, these people have a torpedo that can create a tsunami. You know, listen, maybe that torpedo, you know, goes wrong, and all it does is destroy a third of the living creatures and a third of the ships, because it says no people. And the third trumpet is the great star falling from heaven that is called wormwood, remember? In Ukraine it's Chernobyl. And what's happening in the nuclear plants, where the United Nations have gone today to watch. I'm going to show you a video now. The 4th trumpet is the heaven struck. The moon, the stars, the sun. So it became, a third of them became dark. A third of the day did not shine. And likewise the night. That's all the nuclear disaster. El humo del nuclear is gonna. And remember, once the first trumpet, like, really starts, and it reaches to number 3, okay, the Chernobyl, it's gonna go like simultaneously. Okay. Now the 5th trumpet is the Locus from the bottomless pit. Remember what I did already this video, and I saw a star falling from heaven. So him was given the key to the bottomless pit, and he opened the bottomless pit. That I believe this is have to do with sun. They're trying to find that key to open the creation of life and everything, and they're gonna open what they don't want to open is a black hole or something, and something's gonna come out from there. Okay. Now, then the 6th trumpet, and here is what I want to talk to you, because listen. It's the angels from the Euphrates River, okay? Remember, there are 4 fallen angels bound in chains under the Euphrates River, okay? So, I'm going to show you here. Okay. 6th trumpet, the angels from the Euphrates. Remember, I've done these videos just for a recap, okay? Then the 6th angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the 4 horns of the golden altar, which is before God, saying to the 6th angel who had the trumpet, release the 4 angels who are bound at the great river Euphrates. So the 4 angels who had been prepared for the hour and day and month and year were released to kill a third of mankind. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200 million when the drying up of the Euphrates River, making way for the kings. So that's the 6th trumpet, same angel with the 6th bowl. This is now the 6th bowl, and again in the Euphrates, the 6th trumpet was in the Euphrates, releasing the angels, and the 6th bowl, see, it's the Euphrates dried up. Now this is the one that you cannot get around. This is the word of God. Then look at this. Then the 6th angel pulled out his bowl on the great river Euphrates, and its water was dried up, so that the way of the kings from the east might be prepared. See? How... Okay. Let's go now and have a look. What's going on? I showed you a bit, but it's a recap, so now you understand a bit of the trumpets and why. Okay, and why. First of all, let me show you this. How long till river Euphrates dries up? Tigris and Euphrates rivers threatened to dry by 2040. And we're in 2022. That's less than 20 years. That's 18 years, yes? Iraq will experience a drought. Share Jakarta. The Tigris and Euphrates rivers, 2 rivers that flank Iraq, are threatened with drying up by 2040 due to lower water levels and climate change. Again, for them, it's climate change, but not revelation. That it says it there. No, because it's in the Bible. Ooh, wow, it's against humanity. Don't say that. Okay, so, and many people say that by 2040 or even before. Even before. Okay, let's have a look. The state of the Euphrates River. Okay, there's no way around it. Okay, so just listen. If it's by 2040, say it's 2040, this gets all completely dry. Estamos here. So, and that's bowl number 6 and trumpet number 6. ¿Qué dice que cuánto queda entonces para los first 5 trumpets? I told you, the ex-president of Russia saying that the first angel has sounded. Listen, it's about to sound. The Euphrates River is nearly drying up, and that's trumpet number 6. Look.
Syria's longest river has receded, parching trees and leaving families of local farmers without water to drink. Aid groups and engineers have warned of a looming humanitarian disaster in northeast.
Oh, de verdad. Otro ad. Sorry, eh? Oh.
Northeast Syria, plummeting water levels at hydroelectric dams have led to power cuts for up to 5 million Syrians since January. This comes in the middle of a pandemic and economic crisis.
This was in 30th of August 2021.
For almost 2,800 kilometers across Turkey, Syria and Iraq. It irrigates swathes of land in Syria and runs through 3 hydroelectric dams.
Look,
hovers just
all this was the river. Look at that. All that was the river.
Dead level. Experts say that power generation has already fallen by 70% since last year across northeast Syria.
Okay, let's have a look here. Oops.
Millions in Syria and Iraq are facing water shortages as the region's longest river, the Euphrates, dries up. Israel and Jordan have been engaging in drought diplomacy over scarce water resources, while Kuwait is converting the world's largest tire dump into a city.
Oh. Again.
The Euphrates has been the cradle of civilization in West Asia. The river has been the lifeline for millions in Iraq and Syria for thousands of years. But now it has sunk to a historic low, sparking the region's worst water crisis in years. Our next report tells you more.
Look, Look, all that was a river.
The
Look,
mighty Euphrates River used to near Khaled al-Hamis's farm. But now the river is only visible from a distance.
look.
The crops have been destroyed due to the lack of irrigation. Even worse, the farmer's family has been left
Mighty
without
Euphrates River is drying up. See? Just take it here. See? And its water was dried up. When the sixth angel pulled out his bowl on the great river Euphrates, and its water was dried up, so that the way of the kings from the east might be prepared. See? The mouth of the dragon, the beast, and the false prophet. So, that's the sixth bowl. This is the sixth trumpet. And I heard a voice from the four horns, the golden altar, saying, the sixth angel who had the trumpet released the four angels who are bound at the great river Euphrates. See? And they're drying up.
2 out of 3 of all portable water stations along the river.
We are completely deprived of drinking water. The women have to walk 7 kilometers just to get a bucket of water for their...
Look, from space.
It shows clearly that the Euphrates River is extremely drying up. The Euphrates River is the longest and the most important river in the Middle East. Originating in Turkey. Originating in Turkey, the Euphrates flows through Syria and Iraq to...
Right, this is the Euphrates River, okay? Look how many countries it crosses over. Okay, the Euphrates River is the famous river, the main river of the Garden of Eden. That's the famous Euphrates River. So, it's drying up. That's why it's so famous, the Euphrates. It was the main river from the Garden of Eden.
Tigris in the Shat al-Arab, which empties into the Persian Gulf. Since the last 2 decades, the Euphrates is continuously drying up. Strangled by the water policies of Iraq's neighbors, Turkey and Syria, 3 years severe drought, and years of misuse by Iraq.
So, what about that? There's no way getting around that. There's no way. So, you can listen. We cannot make it up. We cannot make it up. So, yeah. We cannot make this up. By 2040, this is a scientist. Or even before that. Say by 2035. By 2035 instead of 24. That's nothing. We're just there. That's bowl number 6 and trumpet number 6. ¿Cuándo empieza los otros ya? You know. Look. The drought in China causes the Yangtze River to dry up. Lakes and ponds reduced to rocks. Droughts and flood. Listen, all the droughts. Problems with famines. See? Starvation. Famines. And places that are being discovered because of the here and ancient booties. Look at the levels there. So it's everywhere. Listen. Wow. Oh, I'll show you something here. Okay. Hosepipe ban in all parts of England. Nobody can even use the hosepipes. So all the green water dry, everything. Yeah, in total. They all have a ban. You might have heard it. Okay, so listen, and the storms that are being now everywhere because of this tremendous heat. We are receiving warmer waters. We can even, for me, receive like hurricanes. You know, I fear for this winter that we can maybe receive a storm we've never received. So, droughts is putting millions at risk. Extreme hunger, unprecedented droughts brings threats of starvation and famine. Many cases, famine has multiple causes. A natural disaster such as a long period of drought, flooding, extreme cold, typhoons, insect infestation, or plant disease. So, you know, the droughts are bringing starvation and all those famines everywhere. And we just have to go back to the book of Matthew. You know, listen, it's the signs of the times of the end of the age. You know, Jesus said he wasn't going to tell him the day of the hour, because only God knows it, not even the angels. But he gave him the signs of the times of the age, that we know we are there. See? And Jesus answered to them, "Take heed that no one deceives you, for many will come in my name, saying, I am the Christ, and will deceive many. And you will hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye are not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet, for nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there will be famines, pestilences, and earthquakes in various places. And all these are the beginning of sorrows, or the beginning of birth pains, you know. So, famines, you know. Famine, a severe shortage of food, an extreme scarcity of food. Why? Because of the drought. See? Drought resulted in famine throughout the region. Extreme scarcity of food. See? Drought. And all the droughts, everything is drying up right now. Like Matthew said. See? Famines, pestilences. And I think we've been through one of these. Why? A fatal epidemic disease. Neither prayers nor demonstrations halted the advance of the pestilences. See? So it's an epidemic, a contagious or infectious epidemic disease that is virulent and devastating. a deadly virulent epidemic disease. Yeah. We've been through one of those, eh? But listen, this book was written 2,000 years ago. Rumors of wars and wars, you know, we've received wars, World War I, World War II, all the Napoleonic wars, medieval wars, 2,000 years, you know, for 2,000 years, but it will increase. So, yep. So, World Food Program warns of looming global catastrophe.
Serious problem, and it's a very serious problem all over the world, Nick, and we're facing an unprecedented food crisis globally. South Sudan is no exception to the rule right now. You know, the Republicans and Democrats have been fighting over everything, agreeing on nothing.
So, why the war in Ukraine is causing a global food crisis? Okay.
Talk about why the war in Ukraine is causing a global food crisis.
See, the wheat.
Ukraine is one of the world's biggest exporters of grain, essentials like wheat and corn.
See, the denarius in Revelation is going to cost a day's work. Remember what I showed you in the last video? This is going to cause it. This is going to cause it, and that's the black horse, of the four black horse of Revelation. Okay, the black horse with the scales. The wheat and the barley.
But right now, around 20 million tons of grain are stuck there. And that's causing serious problems in parts of the world that depend on that supply, like the Middle East and Africa.
Food shortage is not just real, but it's pushing people to the brink of starvation.
There is a real risk that multiple famines will be declared in 20.
Okay, now this is Antonio Guterres, the United Nations Secretary General, okay, the one who has gone to Ukraine and trying to check and fix everything. Okay, he's just said from his mouth, there is a real risk that the multiple famines will be declared in 2022. They're even saying that from their mouth. And there will be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in various places. See, and then when you come down here, see the coming of the Son of Man. See, and the heavens will be shaken, and the stars will fall, and the moon will not give its light. Wow. We can see all these things happening.
And 2023 could be even worse.
So why is all that grain?
Even worse. So he's telling you already. This is the people of the Great Reset, Klaus Schwab, I'm telling you. The will of God is over. That man that I showed you. Listen, they're saying that like by the end of September or something like this in winter, it's going to be a great global collapse. It's been said everywhere. And this man is the one of the Great Reset. That man. Okay. Global economy is out of balance, says World Economic Forum leader and the founder. World teetering on the edge of a global recession. Several major economies stare at a recession. See, the grain. See, let's go back here in Revelation. Okay. We go here. It's the third seal. Okay, remember the first seal is the conqueror. That's Jesus. I know that's Jesus in the white horse, conquering for 2,000 years, conquering his gospel. Okay, and all this was peace taken from the earth. That's what's been happening for 2,000 years. And now we are reaching here, in the third seal. A quart of wheat for a denarius and a 3 quarts of barley for a denarius, and do not harm the oil and wine. Okay, a denarius is a day's work, and 3 quarts of barley and a quart of wheat for 1 day's work. A quart is 1 pint of wheat. You're seeing it on the news. You're seeing it here. The Euphrates River drying up. Yeah, this is the global food crisis. It's coming. The prices that you're seeing right now, it's nothing. Okay. See, famines, pestilences, and earthquakes in various places. You know that the increase in earthquakes. Look, the research with examined data from Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, and New Mexico showed that earthquakes of above the given magnitude accumulated to a count of 242 in 2017, growing to 491 in 2018, growing to 686 in 2019, and 938 in 2020, and it's increasing. The earthquake activity, and a 10-point note is due. And listen, it's not got to do with climate change and the heat and the heat waves. Go to Malachi chapter 4, the great day of God. For behold, the day is coming, burning like an oven, and all the proud, yes, all the proud, all who do wickedly will be stubble. And the day which is coming shall burn them up. Nothing to do with climate change. It's got to do with God's judgment. So, 2 days ago, okay, the Pope says we are living through the Third World War already. Okay, this is Pope Francis. Vatican News, Daily Mail, American Magazine is everywhere. Everybody's talking about what Pope said. You see, Pope Francis last week told editors of the European cultural magazines of the Society of Jesus that in his opinion World War III has begun. So see here, Vatican. Pope says we are living through the Third World War already. Pope declares mankind is experiencing the outbreak of World War III. See in the Daily Mail. Even the Pope is saying that now. And China about to attack Taiwan. Let me tell you something about China. It's one of the biggest atheist countries in the world. Yeah. Look at this. China is the world's least religious country according to the survey of Win Gallup International. Only 9% of the country considers itself religious. 9%. While 67% claims to be atheist, more than twice the amount of any other country. And what's happening with that? Listen, the Red Dragon. Listen, they have camps. They are persecuting Muslims, Christians, anybody who has to do with religion. It was estimated that the Chinese authorities may have detained up to 1.8 million people, mostly Uyghurs, but also including Kazakhs, Kyrgyz, and other ethnic Turkey, Muslims, Christians, as well as some foreign citizens, including Kazakhstans, in these secretive internment camps located throughout the region. the Uyghur genocide. For the 1750s genocide that occurred in the same region, see, they are repeating it again. And again and again they have camp for these people. And most of them are Muslims, trying to practice their faith. Like, look at this woman, for example.
Istanbul has been a refuge for Makarim since she and her daughter left northwest China 5 years ago. Her husband and 2 other children were left behind in Xinjiang. She hasn't heard from them since. She fears a UN report that condemns China's treatment of Uyghurs,
I wonder where they've taken them.
Muslim minorities, will largely go ignored.
It's been 5 years of us living here. China has killed our young people and left our children orphaned. The United Nations isn't doing enough.
Michelle Bachelet released the report.
And this is 2nd of September 2022. Today. So this is China. And just imagine that these people go to war and bring World War III. These people that don't like religious people. See, it's been in Sky News as well.
They look like prisons, although China has always claimed these are vocational training centres. But Beijing's denial...
See, let's hear it again.
China has always claimed these are vocational training centres.
Those are the camps.
Beijing's denials that what's happening in these camps amounts to widespread and serious human rights violations have suffered a setback with the publication of a damning UN report. It states the treatment in Xinjiang of the Uyghur people may amount to crimes against humanity.
The High Commissioner's report
Exactly.
did talk about a wide range of issues ranging from ill treatment in
Look.
Led away.
Look.
Their
Look.
heads are shaved
Look.
and they're handcuffed.
Look what they do to them.
Activists say more than 1 million have been detained in the last few
Come on.
years.
Huh?
These are just some of their faces. Sky News.
Crimes against humanity. Everybody has the free will of God. Everyone. Every human being. Nobody can do that to you. And look what they're doing. Eh? You know? And this is how the world is. You know, why do they treat those Muslims like that? Eh? It's normal sometimes that they have anger against all the world because they're not treated well. You know, how were the Muslim people treated here in our own country? You know, they fought here to the death. They fought here to the death to maintain Gibraltar. And they worked here and everything you see, and they were left there like rats in the casemates. You know I'm telling the truth. You know, why? You know, I have lots of friends and are Muslims and they're marvelous people, let me tell you. Like, we are all are, of any religion, of any color, of any culture. You, I can hug any people from the world, you know. And there will be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars and on the earth, distress of nations with perplexity, and the sea and the waves roaring. See? You see all the toda la tormenta que hay, all the storms now, you see? And we see signs in the heavens. See signs in the heavens. And then we see the Revelation 12 sign that happened in 2017. Came out to me. The blood moons, tetrad moons, all landing in Jewish feasts, exactly to the dates. You cannot make that thing up. The Great American Eclipse that's gonna cross in 2024, April the 8th. Come on, 7 years apart. You know, Russia again cutting the gas.
Down gas supplies from a major
Second
pipeline
time.
to Europe for the next 3 days. Moscow has already significantly reduced
Russia
the
cuts Europe
amount
gas
of
supply
gas
for
it
a second
supplies
time. BBC
through
News.
Nord Stream 1, which come
And they say that they're doing it for maintenance, for listen, you know, it's not for that. This is the UN inspectors in the Ukrainian nuclear plant Zaporizhia, you know.
Inspectors have arrived at the Russian-occupied Zaporizhia nuclear power plant in Ukraine. The mission to secure the site comes after weeks of growing international...
And let me tell you, when they went there, they threw a missile beside. Look.
About a potential radiation disaster. Ukraine's nuclear watchdog says one reactor has been shut down temporarily as a precaution.
This is the moment a team of nuclear inspectors ventured through the grey zone between Ukrainian and Russian front lines.
This is today, 2nd of September
First in
2022.
this war. Their destination, Ukraine's biggest nuclear plant. Reached at huge personal risk and after months of negotiations. The mission could have been turned off at any time.
Yeah. What?
A morning burst of violence in the next-door town of Anahoda underlined the peril. But the head of the UN's nuclear watchdog, who's leading the mission, wasn't put off.
I have been briefed.
Huh? He wasn't put off. I was trying to scare him.
Commander here about that and the...
So that's what's going on, you know, right now. So I'll keep posting more, okay? I'll keep checking to see what's going on. And these prices and this collapse are the same that's coming. So listen, whatever you do when you get paid, buy extra stuff and start hiding it underneath your bed if it's the one that opens or anywhere. Hey, believe me, please, come on, you have to do this, eh? So I'll see you in the next video. I don't want to make them know many times. I don't even want to stop the video. I just want to carry on for 2 hours, you know, but I don't want to bore people. I just want to check that I've said everything in this one. So I'll keep you updated, okay? Remember everything I've said here. This Euphrates is drying up. You can't get around this one. Yes, one more thing. Look, I'm gonna show you right now. Okay, I have my own YouTube channel. What I'm gonna do, I'll pass one of my videos with the link there, so many of you can, you know, subscribe. All the videos I do in Facebook, I'm putting it there, so it can reach anybody in the world. Believe me, the other day, somebody from Alabama, a woman wrote to me that she's seen my videos, she got emotional, and she saw the same things as me. Videos of Ron Wyatt appeared and started changing her life, and she loved my testimony. I couldn't believe it, you know. She's now living in the Rocky Mountains in America, you know. So I couldn't believe it. She wrote to me in the messenger. So, and people are writing to me that I don't even know. So look. Okay, that's the name of my channel. God is Real, William L.Ferrary. Okay, God is Real. See, so that's my channel. So I'm putting all my videos there. You know, the ones that I do. See? And I have to put more because I have more than nearly 40 videos. But it takes a long time every time I put one. So, hey, I'll see you probably tomorrow or Saturday in the next video. Obviously, if I see something tomorrow that I have to put this. It's just I need to keep you informed because I don't see nobody that's on this, you know. Everybody's on another level, you know, like enjoying life, and parece que yo estoy aquí sofocándome solo. La gente que no ven esto, yo estoy, y yo, at least, you know, anything can happen to me. At least my videos are there, you know. Anybody can watch them anytime, and you know, let's go back to one of Leslie's video. What did he say there, you know? And boom. Okay. So love you all. First of all, any culture, love you all, and please, just look at that. Huh? For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish but have everlasting life. New earth, new heavens, new everything, new creation. I would love to see everybody there, and me there, and everybody there, and all there. He did not send his Son to condemn it, but to save it through him. Love you all.